Well, hi, it's Chris Chapman from Star 104.5 and partner with Share Omaha. And we're here with the Share Omaha crew to give you another one of our segments when it comes to what's going on with Share Omaha. And Marjorie Moss, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to be here today.
Well, great to see you. And you brought a couple extra guests here for our second segment.
I certainly did. I brought Sherry Dickmeyer, who is the founder of Fit Girl. Can't wait to hear more about what she's doing right now. And I brought Kylie here from the Zoo Foundation. So what we love about this segment that you and I put together, Chris, is that I love that Share Omaha attracts nonprofits that are synonymous with Omaha. Like last time we had Laureates and Gardens here. The Zoo Foundation, obviously, something that's so dear to the hearts of Omahans. But I also think about newer nonprofits that are really plowing new ground in Omaha, that are niche focused on a very specific mission that helps out so many people that maybe you haven't heard of before. So I like to have kind of like two nonprofits next to each other that are doing that. So in a bit, I'll ask some questions. But as far as what's new with Share Omaha, April is Do Good Month. And so we are inspiring people to pledge a volunteer service starting as soon as possible. It's something that you're going to accomplish during the month of April and post about it. And we're going to be at a couple different events throughout the month of it. We'll be at the YP Summit this Friday, but also we'll be at the season opener for the Storm Chasers and the Your Second Season Conference on March 22nd.
I'm on PA that night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. So I'll see you there.
You will.
I'll hear you there.
Yeah.
So, but if you go to those events and you sign up for a volunteer opportunity with us, you'll get a free t-shirt that says, "This is my good shirt. This is my do good shirt." So clever, right? This is my good shirt. So we're excited about those shirts, and we want to see people using them in action. So please just think about April as an opportunity to really get out there when the weather's better, the sunshine is out, to serve your community. And so there's a couple opportunities that I saw on these two lovely organizations' websites. First off, let's talk to Kylie from the zoo. So Kylie, if you want to say hello.
Hello.
Hello. So there's 4 pillars for each profile that a nonprofit can take advantage of. There's donations, there's shopping wish lists. I know you just said that you had a great opportunity making a donation.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
Through the wish list shopping. So we'll talk about that in a second. And then there's events, and both of the organizations have great events coming up. But also there's volunteer opportunities, which we were just talking about with Do Good Month. I saw one. Did I see one for scuba divers?
You sure did. So, we have some water at the zoo. And I think a lot of people have probably been to the zoo when you go to the aquarium and you see the penguins or you're in the shark tunnel and then you're like, oh, wait, there's a human. And so we have a lot of people. It's not just our staff. I mean, our staff, they do it as well. And of course, they supervise to make sure everything is safe. But we have volunteer scuba divers as well. You have to be certified. So
Absolutely.
We are looking for a specific skill set with that. But that's a lot of water that's rushing through the aquarium, and for guests to have the right experience and to be able to learn and connect with those animals, everything needs to be cleaned in there in the windows. I hear people tell stories all the time that scuba dive in the penguin area because that water is 40 degrees. And so you need a really good wetsuit and, a little bit of gumption as well. And then you also just have to know where the penguins are swimming around you.
Oh, my God.
And same with the sharks. People are like, oh, my gosh, I'm getting in with the sharks. But you just have to be aware of where they are. And sharks specifically kind of get a bad rap anyway. But they're, they're just curious about why you're in there. And they know where they get their food. So you're fine. But, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. And we have a pretty good diving team. But we have docents, which are people who are helping educate the public. We have people who volunteer for events. It takes an army of people to help us run the zoo. We can't just do it with our staff. It takes the people who know and love us in the community as well.
Wonderful. And you just said you made a donation to the Zoo Foundation through the Amazon wish list. Tell us about that.
So when you work for the zoo, you're not supposed to have a favorite animal unless you're maybe a keeper of that animal, but I totally do right now, and it's the red panda. And so I specifically got on and started hovering over. So once you get into Share Omaha and you select, like, I want to buy an item, then you go to essentially like your Amazon wish list. And so I start hovering over, I want to find something specific for red pandas because they're my favorite. They're adorable, and it's enrichment for them, and I know how important enrichment is for our animals. So there was actually something on there that was meant for cats, and it helps them. It mimics in the wild what they would be doing, and so it's basically like if you think of your cats like a scratching board. that's what I got. And so the office delivered it to the cat crew the other day, who does take care of the red pandas as well. And they were just so grateful. This is a new way of being able to contribute to the zoo. When people think of us, they think of, oh, I want to help you build the next building, or, just those way of supporting through your membership. It's a membership drive time right now. But this way you can, get a little bit more personal with that kind of animal, and you can envision how they might be using it. Who knows, the next time you're at the zoo, you might see the animals being enriched with your item, and that's cool too.
Well, and there's a trend in philanthropy right now, which you guys know, is that some people want to know specifically what their donation is going to benefit to the organization that they want to serve. And so to give people an option of a monetary gift, but also an opportunity to reconnect in real life with events, to volunteer their time. But we encourage nonprofits to have items on their wish list that are $10 all the way up to iPads and televisions, because sometimes there's a donor who has a higher price point in mind that wants to know specifically what that item's going to buy. So I would encourage both of you to have items on there that you're like, wow, that really is a wish. But maybe there might be somebody who actually does it. And we've seen it with our sister city in Charlotte that people have taken advantage of those opportunities. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Sherry, events, Omaha's biggest boot camp. Tell us about that.
Super excited about this. Well. Yeah. So Fit Girl, I started Fit Girl in 2015 to empower young girls by putting positive role models in front of them. And helping them with 4 core modules: relationships, nutrition, physical fitness, and mental activities. So we work with girls ages 8 to 18, and we have programs throughout the year, but a huge summer camp every year in July out at Platte River State Park, and it is so much fun. They get to do everything from paddle boating to kayaking. This year we get to do the ninja course. Have you seen that out there?
Oh my gosh.
It's
awesome.
It's so cool. Yeah, it is so cool. So last year it wasn't up, and we took them over there and they just looked at it like, why can't we be on that? So this year we're super excited that we get to do that. But yeah, so we need to raise some funds fast. So we partner with Genesis Health Clubs, and they work with us in our teen mentorship program. And they said, we want to do Omaha's biggest boot camp and raise money for you guys, because we do provide scholarships for girls. The camp does have a fee, but there are a lot of kids in Omaha that will never have an opportunity to do a camp of this caliber. And I definitely want to send as many kids. So our goal this year is to send 50 girls on scholarships to camp, which is a lot. So we'll probably this year have about 225 girls out at camp.
How much does it cost to sponsor a girl?
It's $300, and that's 3 nights, 4 days out at Platte River State Park.
Okay.
So we're working hard trying to raise those funds. Kansas City Genesis Health Clubs just did a boot camp. So Omaha's like, well, we want to beat their number. So on March 23rd, out at Genesis West Roads, they've got the huge basketball courts, volleyball courts. They're going to they want over 1,000 people there. And it's only $10, and then all the funds go back to Fit Girl, and then we'll use 100% of that for scholarships.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
Sherry.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited
Very
about that.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So get out there on March 23rd.
Oh, my gosh.
Get fit.
Oh, my gosh. And the ninja course. I mean, everybody just loves those shows.
Oh, I know.
So it captures the girls' imaginations. They want to be on them. They want to be strong. They want to get through it.
Yeah. Last year at summer camp, we had Maggie Thorne as one of our guests. And the kids know Maggie Thorne. So she's been competing in Ninja Warrior. She's from Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she's been competing for 6 or 7 years, and she just made it again this year. So you'll see her on TV very soon.
So cool.
But the kids were just, they wouldn't let her leave.
What a role
They
model.
loved her. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And this year we actually have at summer camp Tiara Williams. And she was UNL's 2017-2018 Student Athlete of the Year.
Oh,
her story is phenomenal. She they lost their home in Hurricane Katrina and was uprooted to Nebraska, and her story is phenomenal. So the kids are going to love her. Yeah.
Wow.
So we put some really strong, amazing role models in front of these girls at summer camp. So I want as many kids to be able to take advantage of that opportunity.
You should call out on your interesting facts that it costs $300 to sponsor a girl. Consider making a donation.
And that seems like a lot, but it actually costs Fit Girl over $550 to send them. So we're always, we always have this negative deficit every year that we're trying to raise money for. on
keep
top
it
of the
affordable.
scholarships. Yeah, because there's nothing out there that's free.
Right.
I mean, from archery, axe throwing, the ninja course is $18 a kid. Horseback riding's $20.
Right.
So it costs for 225 kids. It costs us a lot of money, and then we're
Wow.
feeding them 3 times a day. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
But
well,
it's so fun. It's
well,
so fun.
And this is the season people are thinking about getting outside, thinking about
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and wanting it. I mean, we've all been wanting sunshine, and yesterday it was so beautiful. So, but people are thinking about fitness in a practical way right now. So, what good time for your fundraiser? Good time
I
to
think
start
so
thinking
too.
about summertime. And,
Yeah.
and girls can register for your camp too.
Yeah, registration's open. We're actually already at over half capacity full. So I want to save, the 50 spots for the scholarships. So yeah, if you're interested in joining summer camp, you got to get up there and get registered. We actually sell out every year at the camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my 9-year-old might actually be a.
Yeah.
Be a
Oh,
good
it's
candidate.
fun. Good times.
I was just thinking that about my 12-year-old. She would love all of that.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
Kylie, what's getting you guys excited at the zoo right now?
Rain. No.
Excited in a different way.
Oh, the good kind of excitement. No, we, every year we have this huge goal at the zoo. We are planning one, building one, opening one, right? We're always evolving. And right now what we're going to be opening is the Asian Highlands entire exhibit. So last year we opened phase 1, which was the red pandas. And among some other things, Indian rhinos are there. We've got some avian species that are out there. But phase 2 is going to complete that whole project. So that's where you're going to see the tigers get their new home, the snow leopards, the sloth bear, which some of the ladies in my office are trying to convince me should be my favorite animal because they have a lot of personality and they make these straws to suck up their food. And I guess it's really entertaining. And I haven't seen it yet because they're not out on exhibit. So opening that will be really exciting. And as soon as the weather picks up and we can finish that project, we're looking at May to have everybody in there for the public. So that's something that's really exciting. Right now it's membership drive time.
Right.
So that's always really exciting because that's really what keeps us rolling. It takes about $40 million a year to operate the zoo. And that's not including the improvements that we do when we're doing the big fundraisers for the new exhibits. But we just keep on plugging away and talking in the community about everyone's memberships. And, we're 80,000 strong, and that is unheard of in the zoo world. I talk a lot of my colleagues throughout the nation, and they look at our membership drive model and the fact that we do it in the spring and that it's really hands-on. We have sellers that have been selling memberships for 40 plus years. And people love the model and they try to duplicate it in other communities and they don't understand how it works. And it's just something that's special about Omaha, I think. So those are really what's big right now for us. We're just excited for 2019.
Tell us a little bit, just because people think sometimes when they buy their membership at the zoo that that's their support of the zoo. What's the difference between membership and patronage in your mind?
Yeah, so I mean, it is supporting the zoo. Everything when you go there and you buy a stuffed animal, that is all part of helping the zoo. We actually have 2 different types of memberships. So we have the patron membership, and then we have the regular household memberships. The patron memberships are it's the philanthropically minded people that are saying, yes, I want my membership, but I also want to give donation to see the zoo continue to improve and evolve. And so both of those programs run right alongside each other. Patron also runs with our Adopt an Animal program and all of our new exhibit asks that we're doing. All of those go hand in hand to keep the zoo running and to keep it evolving.
How do we get a fish on the aquarium wall?
You know what? That secret information.
Oh, okay. Because my wife and I have been members for years, and we keep walking out going, we want to get a fish on the wall.
Yeah, so we had sold out once upon a time when we do those plaque campaigns because people like to see their names on things, right?
Yeah.
And you might not be the person that gets to build the whole building, but I actually have a fish plaque. I was one of the last ones when you're walking out, and you get to choose your engraving. And for a joke for my husband, I don't like to be referred to as Mrs. James Teal. I'm Kylie Teal, but I did the plaque as a joke of Mr. and Mrs. James Teal and family. And then for his birthday, I took him there and showed him that. Well, we've had a lot of people saying they're just now noticing them and they wish they had one. So this is the secret information. We're actually going to be opening up that campaign again, and we've chose a different spot to do more fish flags because people really did like that.
Good question, Chris.
So that
I hit one occasionally.
I'm not sure that I was supposed to say that, but I feel like it'll be okay in a few months when it's public.
Well, I can't thank Sherry and Kylie and the teams that you guys represent for investing in making your profile so great on Share Omaha, because it's a two-sided ecosystem, right? Like there's the nonprofits and what their benefit from having people invest in them, but also the public enjoying coming to profiles and imagining what they could do with that nonprofit. So I'm really appreciative because it spurs ideas in people's minds of, I care about girls and their empowerment and who's touching that. And maybe I didn't know about Fit Girl, but there you are.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and the more engaging the profile, the more the public seems to grasp on to what you're doing.
Yeah,
so thank you
absolutely.
guys so much.
Thank you. I think this is an amazing platform for smaller nonprofits. I look at it as a virtual assistant. I mean, honestly, it's me. I'm flying solo, outside of volunteers. So, I mean, you're wearing a million different hats. And when you've got a platform like Share Omaha that can get the volunteer word out, that can help with, the fundraisers, the donations, like a one-stop shop, that's 4 or 5 jobs that, you guys are taking over for me. So to me, this is a huge opportunity. And so I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And we're about almost to the day of 2 months past our launch. We are so excited to share that we're almost to 500 complete actions on the website, meaning that there's honestly more than 300 of those were volunteer opportunities taken advantage of.
Fantastic.
So
really
so
good.
for a new website that it had to establish its name, have a website address that's sticky enough in your mind that you type it in, all those things. But like we're seeing adoption. We're seeing people getting engaged. Their time on site's like 5 minutes a person is the average amount.
Wow.
So people are spending
That's
time,
great.
which makes us really happy. And then for the month of April, our goal is 500 new volunteer applications before the end of
Wonderful.
April. So that's a challenge that
Exciting.
anybody who's watching this and there's 2 great candidates right here. I know you need some fitness instructors and you need some mentors.
Yeah,
So.
we need camp leaders this summer.
Yes.
So yeah.
So thank you guys, and thank you to the community that's really making this successful for nonprofits.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Chris, thanks for organizing this. We so
Oh, hey,
appreciate
my
you.
pleasure. Well, I'm happy to partner with you guys because what you're doing is really a wonderful thing, bringing a huge community that a lot of folks don't understand, from nonprofits individually to one place where we can see everything we need from shopping to volunteering, doing all this stuff. It is one really big do-good place. So hats off. Nice work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks.